Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. I wanted to just sit down and do a little catch up with you as I haven't been doing the best mentally lately, and I wanted to kind of open up about that, talk about that, because I think that it's something a lot of us may be going through and maybe you relate to, or you have felt this way. I don't know. I feel like the holidays can be a really hard time for people, and I just wanted to talk about it and be a little bit vulnerable and open here so that you can really get to know me a little bit more behind the scenes, if that makes any sense, like kind of what's going on in my mind more often than I'd like to admit. I also want to put a disclaimer here that I'm using the Alex Earl ring light that went viral, which apparently dies really quickly, but my mom's dog chewed the wire. He's okay, he didn't swallow anything, but he chewed the wire of my ring light. So I don't have a ring light. It's cloudy out because it's rainy today. So I apologize if this goes out midway through the video and the lighting changes. That is why. Let's just get into this. I have not been doing well. And normally Christmas is like my time to shine. I love Christmas. Christmas always makes me happy. I love the festivities. I love the lights. I love peppermint mochas, peppermint hot chocolates, dressing up, all of those things. I absolutely love it. And I really do, and I'm saying this out of the bottom of my heart, love going gift shopping for, can I speak? Gift shopping for other people. I have a note on my phone where I write down things that people say throughout the year that they would like, even if it's in an offhand comment. And so I feel like I have gifts that I pull out that they're like, what? How did you know? And I'm like, yeah, you told me like 6 months ago. So I actually really enjoy doing that and cultivating my stocking and all of those things. I really enjoy because I love seeing people open things that they love and seeing them light up. It's just so much fun. And I love spending time with family, putting fires at the fireplace, all of those things. But this year, I can't get as much into the spirit. And I feel like my content, especially on Instagram, has just not been as open. Not that I've been hiding how I'm feeling at all. I just haven't really addressed it because a lot of my content was pre-filmed. So I've had it ready. It's not the most current, and it wasn't made in my lower state. And it was made when I was feeling better and happier and just a little bit more mentally healthy than I am right now. And I actually had another video planned for this, and I decided that I wanted to skip that idea. I'll do it another time and just really open up to you and be honest. I struggle with anxiety, and I have since I was a kid, pretty much ever since I can remember, although I never would fess up to it until I had my first panic attack that I was consciously aware of. But looking back, I think that I had some sorts of panic attacks, but I didn't really realize what they were at the time, and they weren't as all-consuming as the first one that I call my first one. That was pretty serious and really scary. And I went to therapy a couple years back, went through one of the hardest things I've ever had to go through right after graduating from therapy. But I felt like I tackled that well, all of these things. And it had been quite a while since I had a panic attack. Years, like it had been years that I hadn't had an actual panic attack. And all of a sudden, it's been within this last month, I would say, maybe 2 months. I've been having the worst panic attacks I've ever had, coming out of nowhere. And like one, I couldn't even sleep, and I was actually taking care of my mom's sick dog for her so she could sleep because it had been a few rough nights for her in a row, and I was caught up on sleep. So I was like, oh, I'll take him. And he was cuddling me, and my body, middle of the night for like 2 hours, was uncontrollably just shaking, twitching, all of these things. And I'd never experienced that before. It was really scary. He was fine. He slept through it. he tried to comfort me for the tail end when he did wake up, and then I walked out, took him to the bathroom, kind of gained my composure, and it was all good. But I just wanted to share that so you kind of understand the way that it takes over. And I've had to not go to certain events that I was planning on going to because I've had a panic attack right before, and going to something social is not a good idea. I started getting a panic attack while I was literally going to something social and had to go through it in a giant auditorium full of people, and on top of that, full of people that made me nervous to see all of them, because they bring up things and, you know, past experiences from childhood that are hard. And I just haven't been able to figure out what's going on. And I'm normally pretty good at that. And there hasn't necessarily been, like, the social event was for sure a trigger, but I feel like there haven't really been major triggers going on when I am having the panic attacks, and normally there are. And so I'm just mentally low, and I keep having to deal with difficult situations for me on an emotional level. And so I just really haven't been okay. And I actually took a week break from creating TikToks. I've been kind of looking at social media, but not really consuming a lot other than vlogs of my comfort YouTubers, which right now are Morgan Riddle and Paige Lorenz. They both address mental health in their videos. They're pretty open about it, and they actually inspired me to come on and share a little bit more in this video, and I will throughout because it's part of my life and it's something that I deal with, and I know it's something that a lot of people deal with, and I don't think it's talked about enough. I really recommend going to therapy if you are struggling and you haven't gone. It really helped me. It takes a while to find the right therapist for you though, so give yourself time and space to do that, and don't get frustrated if the first one isn't a match and it isn't working for you. I've done it a couple different ways. I've done it in person and I've done it online. I really liked my therapist I was matched with on BetterHelp, which I'm sure you've seen if you watch YouTubers. A lot of them are sponsored by BetterHelp. This is not sponsored, but I literally did use it and I loved it, and I recommend. It's really accessible, which is really nice. As someone who can easily fall into comparison, especially on social media, not necessarily in what I look like, but more how my content is performing. And I feel like I'm seeing a lot of people who we started at the same size and they're making lesser quality videos or similar videos to mine, and for some reason they're taking off and I'm not. And I'm starting to get to a place where I just feel frustrated because I feel like I'm stuck and my content is stuck, but it's getting good feedback from all of my followers and they love it, and that's super encouraging. But at the same time, it feels really frustrating to feel like that I'm not performing the way that I want. I'm not growing as fast as I want, and I know that is not the same journey for everyone, and I keep reminding myself of that. And if you're in a similar place, I know that it's kind of just gonna go in one ear and out the other if you're really emotional about it and in the trenches, but it really is different for everybody. And I know that it's hard to actually remember that because I'm not remembering it, when I'm looking at these girls, or even just like people changing up their content style just because it gets them views and it gets them followers, when that's like not who they are. Or it's just like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be the girl, and I'm not trying to call anyone out here because some people love to do this. This is just not me. I don't want to be the girl who's like, here are the curated emojis for you for this caption. Here are these caption ideas. Here are these. Here's how you grow on Instagram. I don't want to be that. I want to show that you don't have to have the biggest closet, the most expensive closet, the most money, trips, most interesting, extravagant life to be a content creator and to feel confident in yourself and put together cute outfits and, all of those things. I just want to show that being you is enough. And sometimes it's rough because I feel like being me isn't enough. I guess I should also get into like holiday season sadness, or some people call it depression, but I feel like depression is a pretty heavy term to just label it when you're really sad. Some people totally do get holiday depression as well. Yeah, I do know it's a time that people are missing loved ones that they have lost. It's a reminder of that loss. It's a reminder of your social status sometimes, where you're seeing all of these people getting invited to this event or this Christmas party and you're not even invited to one, or things like that. It's a reminder of how single you are sometimes, most of the time, at least in my case. It's a reminder of the friends that you don't have that you want, or the friend group you don't have or you want, or how lonely you are, or there's a myriad of things. And for me this year, I have been really struggling, not with being single. I used to struggle with that. Obviously, I don't want to be single anymore. Like, I'm ready for a man to come into my life. But at the same time, I am enough on my own, and I'm gonna be happy being able to work on myself, with myself, for myself, and love on myself. And I feel comfortable being single, but I also am open to a relationship. But I feel like I'm not as like, I need to be in a relationship, I need a boy, I need a man, whatever it is. But I feel like I've been really struggling with seeing all of these cute little friend Christmas parties and being like, I've got my family and my dogs, and people are like, what are you doing? And they're creating all this beautiful holiday content, and I'm like, I have holiday content from one night and one night only, because I wanted to go. It's a yearly tradition. My mom and I go out to a local hotel for drinks, for holiday drinks, and the hotel decks out for Christmas. That's my Christmas content. That's literally, I got dressed up for one outfit, and I am doing things for myself to make me feel more Christmassy, but it's just like, I'm not going to those cute little Christmas dinner parties or the corporate Christmas dinner party. I don't even have a job. Like, I'm unemployed. I'm reminded of that as well. And I'm reminded, like, I am fairly lonely. I have my family and I love them. I love them. I love them. And I do have friends, but they don't live here. And I don't get to talk to them that often, just due to how busy their lives are, when mine feels like it's at a standstill. And that in and of itself is really hard for someone like me. I mean, it would be hard for anybody, but I'm super, super extroverted. And I've always been someone who wants to surround myself with people and friendships. And I just feel like I haven't had that for the past 4 years. I feel like I've rambled on for much too long, but I just really wanted to be open and honest and do a little bit of a catch up with you, so you kind of know where my head's at. And if I'm not seeming like, oh, happy and chipper in my upcoming videos, it's because I'm not, and I don't want to hide it. And there are moments of happiness. There are days where I am happier. I'm not saying that this is this is how I am every single day, but I just haven't been as healthy in my mind, and so I'm trying to do the things that I need to do to overcome that and to work through it, and allowing myself to feel the feelings. I wanted you to be in the loop and to know that you're not alone if you're going through something similar. Please, please reach out to me if you need anyone to talk to. I am here. I would love to talk to you. And just know that you're loved. I really hope that you are not relating to this at all, but I know that some people are. And I just want them to know you're not alone. As many times as I can say it, I need to stop. But I'll end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'm really thankful you're here. Until next time.